Alright, this is Calibos, and we are playing Minecraft. And this is Cuboid Outpost. So, I have placed ridiculous quantities of torches, and I hate torches right now. I do. I hate them. Hate them a lot. So, things still spawn in, but not very much, and I don't especially care to shut down all spawns, and I would have to go out further than I did. I would have to go out at least a chunk and a half that way, and like another chunk that way. But we have this, and it will definitely reduce the amount of spawns everywhere else. Right now, we're just kind of waiting on a little bit of glass. See, dark glass. Now, I don't know if the dark glass is something that we can pick up, which is one of the reasons that I made so much of it. So we'll have to see. And I haven't decided on a design for the build yet. And I guess that's kind of a thing that we'll have to work out too. I will probably go for a relatively standard spawner. The only difficulty I'm going to have is typically I would use trapdoors, and I do not have access to wood. So trapdoors are kind of a thing that we don't do right now. But yeah, getting a spawner set up is kind of important in my mind. It's been long enough that we have all of this stuff, you know, because these just generate ridiculous amounts of stuff. So the other thing that a spawner will do for us is it will give us better access to, that's almost done, better access to easier food. I mean, let's be fair. I really am not super fond of having to go through a million steps to make edible food here. So one of the things that we can do is we can do some of this with snow. Certainly, I'm planning on using snow as my like framework block, and we'll design everything with snow, and then we'll put the glass down the way that we want. Nice. So I'm gonna need a couple of extra shovels. And probably a lot more patience. We also don't have access to really a lot of anything. So the way that this spawner is going to have to work is I'm going to have to make it conical-ish. I mean, as conical as you can in a square world. And got enough torches. Shovel. Big shovels. Let's make a couple shovels. Okay. I swear I know what I'm doing. Probably, maybe, sort of. All of these. The suit. So the other thing that we're looking at is slabs. So I like to use slabs to keep them from being able to see me. And the only thing that we can build slabs with right now is snow. So we're gonna make snow brick slabs. And I haven't ever made these before. I have no idea even how they look. Snow bricks. So if I have snow bricks, break it with a shovel, what do I get? Ah, it picks it back up. Sweet. That'll save me a lot of work too. So I'm just going to convert a bunch of this to just snow bricks. Clearly we are going to run out of snow point in the near future. Snow bricks now. I really was hoping that the skeletons would drop another bow so I'd have access to it. That is not to be. And let's sacrifice one of these really quick. Dang it. Okay. So we know that the glass is one time. 5, 6. So we'll just have to be really careful with it. I would also like to make a backpack at some point, but I can't because backpacks require wood chests. Not so goodium. I am going to try and avoid spiders because for the moment, I'm not sure that I need spiders. And I suspect that spiders are going to be kind of a hassle clogging the machine, and I can always just go out and hunt spiders if I want. So that means my end block is going to be so I'm going to want them to be standing here, which means I'm going to need a crafting table. Get a crafting table over here. I think I can make a crafting table with like one of these, I think. Nope, that's a furnace. Crafting table then. Crafting table. There we go. Crafting table. So the trick is then to decide exactly how much spawn area we're going to need. Now, if I don't want to have to like walk back and forth, then this should be narrower. However, we have to consider mob cramming. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9's good. Mob cramming is kind of a big issue as far as I'm concerned. What we're going to do is we want this to be 3 high so that we don't encounter stuff. We're going to want just slabs. And so these slabs are not going to block light. Not really worried about them being able to block light, because they won't. The entire purpose of these slabs is to keep the mobs from being able to see us. Now, with the new light mechanics, like I said, some of the things that I do will depend on what version of Minecraft this is, and I honestly just forgot to check. So, but we need Enderman, so 1, 2, 3. That's a good height for Enderman. Now here's where we're going to vary a little bit. So we're going to make a brief experiment to see exactly how the light rules work. That's going to affect our spawning. And we should be able to tell immediately what kind of spawner we're going to need. So this is temporary. Pop it. No. Alright, so we have yellow squares, or yellow X's. We have to do this part anyway at the very least. I'm going to go around and fill this in. See what I mean about monster spawns? They're way out there. Golden. Now, at least this part, I'm probably going to... Okay. So see how they're yellow? That means that light is... that the way that the slab rules work is the more modern version. So this is not going to be a good spawning platform, so we will have to progress higher. But we kind of thought we were going to anyway, so that's fine. What we're going to do... Oh, we'll just save one for when we go back down, I guess. So yeah, while the light levels down here are going to be bad, this actually needs to go out. Why we're building it with snow first. because we do not want them to be able to take enough damage. Are gonna fall. That they're going to kill themselves when they fall, because they're going to be falling a couple of times. And we don't want the fall to be long enough. Gotta be one lower, actually. We don't want the fall to be long enough that they are unhappy about jumping down. We want them to just be okay with it, and I believe that 2 blocks is that limit. That. But it has to be at least 2 blocks because we don't want them to pop back up. So the next question then becomes, do I want it to go out or want it just be single range? Alright, that doesn't even make sense. Do we want it to go... So we could go this way, kind of like stair step it out that way and that way, and not do it on this side. That would reduce our spawning area, but maybe that's actually for the best because we want to be able to adjust and control it later. Take the Can't wait until we have, like, access to better tools. And yeah, if we broke everything, we could skip and jump up to the redstone range. But I don't necessarily know that I am feeling that. Of course, if I am wrong, and they have if I'm wrong, they have turned off redstone and glowstone for witches, then, I mean, we'll still have a mob spawner. Just won't be as helpful as we would like it to be. Out one. So I'm relatively certain oh man, we don't even know if this dark glass is spawnable. Like if stuff will spawn on it. I never checked. Oh, it is not. So we could use it for the walls, but the various platforms have to be so out again. I wish the textures merged. Oh no, it just internally it merges, externally it doesn't. Seems like not that way, but okay, that is just bizarre, the effect. The white on white with the torches and stuff. Oh wait, the second row to be snow. Unless I make this the top, then it doesn't have to be. Okay. One more layer, and then we'll call it good. Now we just need to watch. Exit. Okay, okay, it works. That's cool. We just need a lot more then. Grab all of that. And one of the benefits to this is going to be that we'll be able to see how many mobs we've got. I'm not against this. But these are not spawnable areas. Hopefully this doesn't affect light quality. But a lot more textures are better about controlling light through their corners. So we'll just have to see. Oh, that was a spawning block. Dang it. So I have to have these. I knew that. So these we can swap out. Oh yeah, watch that interior. So this would be better if we had put in some sort of some sort of off switch, like redstone lamps or something like that. But that's a thing that we can do later when we improve and reduce this. That is probably. Yeah, we're never going to assume that the last two layers of actually work. So, as kind of bulky as this design is, it doesn't really have a lot of spawnable area. So it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so it's got 27 spawnable locations. That's it. The flip side of that coin is, if we want to, we can make it better. And that would just be by starting at the top and making another path. We could actually go towards the center. Now, if we were super weird, thoughtful, one of the things that we could do is we could actually make this area spawnable, but we'd have to raise it like there, so that the Enderman could like fall. Difficulty with this is because the width is odd, they will be less likely to fall. Enderman wouldn't be able, if it's here, it's a 2-block gap, and they'll fall, right? But if we put it up here, where it's a 3-block gap, they would have to fall 4 blocks, and they're not going to be interested in doing that. It's tricky. But for the most part, let's leave that. Pick up our mess. That's spawnable, that is not. Actually, that kind of looks cool. I kind of like that. I'd have to fix a little bit. Align it up better. Fix that. I'll probably cosmetically fix the outside between episodes. Stuff. And we've hit 35 minutes, so we're basically done. Okay. So let's run over here. We'll turn that off. Run over here, and we'll see how it works as far as spawn. We should actually be able to just like stand on our doorstep and just watch. Of course, there's the Enderman. Yeah, I did something wrong. Too close? That's 24. Stand inside. Well, I guess I will have to see if I can figure out what the difference is. And we'll just call the episode here. Oh, there we go. Might have been just too many mobs from everything else, so I may have to extend the torches out a little bit. Now, there's nothing making them go down. We'll have to rely on them kind of like knocking each other off of ledges. But as you can see, they're not super worried about going down a 2-block gap. So we just kind of wait for it to fill up, and then we go harvest. But yeah, I hope you liked the episode. If you did, leave me a like. If you didn't, don't. Questions, comments, concerns, they all go below. You folks have a great night.